This show is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Naseema Omer Show. I am your host, Naseema Omer, and I'm very excited to deliver a very special episode to you today. Before I get started, I want you to know how you can find more information on the Naseema Omer Show. If you missed listening to it live or would like to listen to it again or share it with your friends and family, please go to NaseemaOmer.com or to GCNlive.com. That's for Genesis Communication Network Live.com. And you can enjoy the archive podcast of my show at your own convenience anytime and share the files with others. You can also access my show on the YouTube channel called The Naseema Omer Show. If you have questions, please feel free to call me at 877-279-9422 or drop me a line through my website. Today's show is an amazing story of how Rhett Prince continues his journey after losing his eyesight. Hi, Rhett.
Hi, Naseema. How are you today?
Great. How are you doing?
We're doing great.
Great. I'd like to tell the audience a little more about you before we start our interview, and I want to thank you for taking the time on being on my show as well.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Rhett Prince has a BS degree in ceramic engineering and also enjoys stock and stock option tradings, and he does that daily since the last 3 years. His most recent passion is continuing to look more into nutrition and well-being, and that's actually how my path and his path crossed together, was on the topic of nutrition. Rhett, please tell me a little bit more about you. You are now in Atlanta, and can you tell us a little bit about the birth defect that you were born with?
Sure. Back in the late 50s, I won't give away my age too quickly here.
Okay.
I came along about 6 weeks early, and in those days, premature baby was very risky to bring up to live even 6 weeks early. I had several things that were not quite right, and one of the things that we're going to talk about today was my sight. I was born without any irises. So that's the part of the eye that opens and closes to control the amount of light that goes inside your eye to see.
In both eyes?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. And that also has something to do with a common eye disease called glaucoma, which is a buildup of pressure inside the eye. And since I don't have any irises, I don't have any of the natural channels for the fluid to exit the eye after the eye is finished with it. Mm-hmm. And so the pressure builds up and crushes the optic nerve. I lost my left eye very early in life, and they were able to save the right eye, and that's what I've been using for the last 50 or so years.
So, Rhett, tell me about your parents. Now, they have you born 6 weeks earlier, and happy to have you delivered normally as possible. Now, do you have siblings as well, and are they all okay? Were you the only one born with a birth defect?
I'm part of a blended family, and I'm an only child between these two parents.
Okay. All right.
And my brothers and my stepbrothers and stepsisters are 13 years older than myself.
Okay. And so now you are growing up, you have the one eye that is working, functioning well, even despite this limitation that you just explained with the iris and the fluid flow, etc. And was this vision like blurry at the time, or was it normal as what you would define as normal?
I would define it as normal as possible. I didn't have to have corrective lenses until I was about 10 years old.
Okay.
And along about that time is when the pressure became uncontrollable with the medicine, and I had my first glaucoma surgery, something called a trabeculectomy, where they go in and modify the channels where the fluid can come out the side of the eye instead of through the irises.
Okay.
And so that's a common practice, and I've had two of those, one when I was 10 and one when I was 20-something. And then later, most recently in 1986, we had the whole tube placed in the eye, and that one is really called a trabeculectomy. And since 2006, I've had two other laser treatments to handle the pressure in my eye, and personally, I would not recommend the laser treatments, as I believe it accelerated my vision loss. Mm-hmm. Also, along with that, in 2000, I had a cataract surgery, and that improved my vision greatly. And the last really weird thing I had was the secondary cataract laser treatment by the YAG laser to get rid of some of the webbing that forms in the back of the pocket where the lens is. So my eye is pretty beat up, and I have the greatest care in the world here at Emory University.
Mm-hmm. So, Rhett, you are very, very fortunate with all this continually improving technology, because I believe, if I recollect correctly, your parents were told that you would lose your vision, would be completely impaired when you were in your teens. So you made it a long, long time since then with the one eye, with all these procedures, etc. Correct? Was it difficult for you to learn things in school? Did you find that people looked at you funny or anything like that?
Probably the worst situation I had was that I always had to sit in front of the classroom so I could see the chalkboard or whiteboard. We had chalkboards back then. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I always had, in third grade, I was called Rhett, the teacher's pet, but because I had to sit so close to the teacher's desk. Mm-hmm. And that's probably the only really thing that mm-hmm. maybe none of my friends ever remember that, but I do. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like being called the teacher's pet, but mm-hmm. I had to do something so I could learn. Right.
And you know, it's so admirable that you kept going and learning, got your degree, etc., and continued to work. You were in the workforce as well. So tell us a little about your work history and training.
After I graduated from Clemson University, go Tigers, almost national championship this year. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I started my real career. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. And it's. Mm-hmm.
Is there a cough button?
No, we don't have a cough button, but that's okay. That's all right.
Sorry. Mm-hmm. But I spent 5 years at NCR developing the first personal computer, the IBM PC XT compatibles that were on the market back in the late 80s. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I came to Atlanta in the 90s, and I worked for an image processing company. And we developed image processing software for compression of images. We competed with the JPEG standard. And with all the images that I've seen and looked at, and image quality, I had software to prove out the image quality, but my vision allowed me to see some image defects that maybe not normal people were not able to see. Mm-hmm. And so I said, oh, well, you know, the monitor's really flashing really kind of funny here. Can you really see that? And some of the people with normal sight couldn't really see the defects that I could see. And I had all the visual aids necessary, like magnifiers and a Fresnel lens and a few other things. I said, here, look at it with this. And then they could actually see the defects that our software was putting in the image.
Isn't that fascinating?
And correct it. And then later on, I went through the banking and finance and consulting, and I ended up as a VP of technology in a small healthcare plan management company where we managed the plans for different associations.
Okay. Tell me about, when did you start learning how to read in Braille, etc.? Did you start preparing yourself to be ready? Did you do little measures? I mean, you are helping now in the technology area, giving feedback, quality feedback, so they could improve the art tools and images and displays. I'm just trying to get a feel for, you know, when did you, in your young life, start preparing for this one day that you were told, that your parents were told that inevitably the one eye that was functioning for you one day will be impaired in its vision?
I remember one day in a vacation Bible school, we had one lady that was one of our teachers taught the handicapped people at one of the schools, and she brought us Braille. And she brought a cake pan with a muffin pan with 6 cupcake holes in it, and she started making the letters by placing different balls in the different holes and say, A is the hole number 1, B is hole 1 and hole number 3, and the C is hole 1 and number 2. And so that was when we were about 6 or 7 years old. And then about my age 8, one of my aunts bought for us a large print World Book Encyclopedia. And so that was one of the first places that we started preparing. I was very resistant to that. I hated being treated differently, but they said I had to, and so I did. And so I believe there's a James Bond movie where one of the characters claimed to have read the dictionary. So I tried that.
I hear that music there, Rhett, and what that means is our listeners will have to wait to hear more on how you started the rehab process. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this quick, short break.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771. Dangerous blood clot device alert. If you or a loved one had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to your heart or lungs and suffered an injury, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, and even death. These dangerous blood clot devices can break, and the metal fragments can travel to your heart or lungs, causing serious injuries. If you or a loved one suffered organ damage or other injuries from an IVC filter, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Act now. Time is limited to file a claim. For a free consultation and free information, call Injury Help Desk at 800-478-1507. 800-478-1507. 800-478-1507. This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson. InjuryHelpDesk.com is responsible for this advertisement. Principal office, Las Vegas, Nevada.
So
So I just finished my AR-15 pistol kit that I got at guns80.com, and my wife says, no more guns, and then I call, and they tell me they have a Trump commemorative special. Their new improved lower, and it's a beauty. Now, professionally engraved on the side of every one of the new improved lowers is Trump, Make America Great Again. That's right, Trump, Make America Great Again, right on the side of your brand new improved lower. Sorry, honey, I gotta have one. Guns80.com. The Trump special. Ask for it. Guns80.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Hi, this is Ron Paul. I'm a former 22-year congressman and Republican presidential candidate. I'm here to tell you about something that just might save your lives. You never know when there will be another Katrina, an economic collapse, or a serious drought. We should all have a little food storage that will carry us through tough times. I'm going to tell you about a great way to do that. A U.S. company named Harvest Right has a kitchen appliance that can help you be prepared. It's a home freeze dryer. With the product, you can preserve the foods your family loves. And the best part is the food will last 25 years and still taste great. I've tried it, and it's amazing. With a home freeze dryer from Harvest Right, you can literally freeze dry anything you eat, even things like ice cream. To learn more, call Harvest Right today at 800-594-4635 or go to harvestright.com. That's 800-594-4635 or harvestright.com.
Would you like to receive $250 to $1,000 cash per day? Go to richmoneyrich.com. No website, no selling, no explaining. Just take these simple 2 steps and go to richmoneyrich.com. You can be generating cash in the next 24 hours simply using this system. Good news is, it runs on 100% autopilot, and you don't need any experience to get started. It's easy. Get your share of easy riches and go to richmoneyrich.com. That's richmoneyrich.com. Go now. Brought to you by the Conservative Investor. Current returns not indicative of future results.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Naseema Omer Show. We are talking today about how Rhett Prince continues his journey, his amazing story of preparing, going through rehabilitation for knowing what's inevitably going to happen one day due to a birth defect where he loses his one functioning eyesight. Welcome back, Rhett.
Thanks.
And just before we went on break, we were just going to step into your journey as you started the rehabilitation process, and understandably so, as a young child of 8, you're resistant to being treated a little differently, having to do things a little differently in preparation. Please continue your rehabilitation story.
Great. Well, my life continued for a 25-year career in information technology before my eyes gave out. Upon my eyesight giving out where I did not need a mouse or a screen to use a computer anymore, I felt like I better go get some training. Here in Atlanta, there is an organization called the Center for the Visually Impaired. It is a training area for people who have lost their vision or are losing their vision. The Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency, or authority or whatever, the GVRA, funds the training for people who are going to go through this training. And I signed up for this training and was accepted to the New View program, that's NUVUE program at the Center for Visually Impaired here in Atlanta. It's about an 18-month program where they teach you orientation and mobility. That's how to walk outside with a cane or navigate inside. Activities of daily living, cooking, washing dishes, washing clothes, preparing your food, marking items so that you can store them in a cabinet or a refrigerator.
Boy, all things we take for granted.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Braille, obviously. They want you to learn Braille. There's also a keyboarding class where they make you develop keyboarding skills. You can't get out of that class until you can type almost 85 words a minute.
You know, Wow, I must say something here, Rhett. I know you and we talked on the phone and we've exchanged emails. This is before, and thank you for accepting the invitation to be on this radio interview here with me. But I had completely forgotten that you were blind because it had been a long time since we talked or communicated by email. And then most recently, a few weeks ago, when you contacted me, I was reminded after several emails went by. And I must say, boy, if you had not told me that you had a vision impairment, granted I have not seen you face to face, there is no way I would have even had a clue that you were visually impaired. Isn't that fascinating? I think that's just amazing how this technology, and I thought I'd just pipe that in there as you were explaining your keyboarding, typing skills right there that you mastered.
Right. And there's also a computer class where they teach you how to use the assistive technology with the Microsoft Office products. So they don't let you out of that one until you're fully functional with Microsoft Word and with Microsoft Excel. Now, some of the students who have some vision are trained in PowerPoint also. But I have full use of Word just as before, full use of Excel just as before, and full use of email just as before.
And it's so wonderful that you have a wonderful, lovely, supporting wife who is just beside you throughout your journey. And I was looking into all this technology information as well and helping you get through all this as well. And what about the group counseling? Did that help you quite a bit?
One of the biggest things that you learn in counseling is that once you come back to a steady state after you've accepted the vision loss, you return to your base personality.
Okay. I hear that music. Do you like that music, Rhett?
Sure.
I know. Okay, stay tuned because when we come back, Rhett is actually going to explain and provide a demonstration on how he actually uses tools to see. Stay tuned and we'll be right back after this quick short break.
This is Rick Ossick, president of Famous Footwear. Our company is working together with the March of Dimes through March for Babies to raise money and awareness about the serious problem of premature birth in the U.S. As a business leader, I know that babies born very sick or too soon cost businesses billions of dollars each year, in addition to the emotional stress on employees and their families. That's why Famous Footwear is committed to raising funds to improve the health of moms and babies everywhere. Won't you please join us in the March for Babies? Start a team today at marchforbabies.org.
Worried about lead, fluoride, and other contaminants in your drinking water? Get a ProPure with the Pro 1G 2.0 cleanable reusable filter and remove up to 200 contaminants. Drink water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure products, including the new ProMax shower filter. There's a ProPure for you. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer for details or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com.
Here's Dr. Paul Meyer, Christian psychiatrist, author of 85 books and founder of the national chain Meyer Clinics, to tell you about To Your Health liquid vitamins.
I've been taking these every day for over a decade now, and I try to encourage every one of my clients to take them every day. And there's a number of reasons. First of all, it's the best vitamins you can get. It's got dozens of vitamins, antioxidants, and nutrients in it. And then the most important reason why I do it as a psychiatrist and recommend it to my patients is because it's got brain food in it. It's got the essential amino acids. It's got tryptophan, phenylalanine, tyrosine, choline, vitamin B6, and these chemicals that are all natural from food turn into the brain chemicals that make you happy.
To Your Health is delicious. Find out more today. Call us 800-801-3459 or visit online at mytoyourhealth.com. Use the coupon code RADIO15 for a 15% discount on your order. That's mytoyourhealth.com.
Did you know a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, you might not sleep so well. But now, SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. It kills 99.9% of all CPAP germs, and it's completely hands-free. For a limited time, you can try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. Just call 1-800-900-0684.
SoClean changed the CPAP experience for the better. My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean destroys CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs with no hassle. Never have to clean your machine by hand again. There's no water, chemicals, or disassembly. Just pop in your mask, close the lid, and presto, your CPAP system is clean and fresh in minutes. Call SoClean.com to try it risk-free at home for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer, only available by calling 1-800-900-0684. That's 1-800-900-0684.
Do you have dry hands or itchy, peeling skin? Are your cracked feet in need of a makeover for sandal season? Hi, my name is Diane Cook, the creator of B-Spa Hand and Foot Cream. B-Spa is all natural, 16% beeswax, marigold extract, and other essential oils and nutrients. B-Spa is great for exceptionally dry hands and feet, but B-Spa can be used anywhere on the body. I am sure you will see a difference overnight. B-Spa is the only cream you will ever need. The convenient 2.5-ounce size jar travels nicely and a little goes a long way. B-Spa Hand and Foot Cream costs $29.99. Use promotion code 101 for free shipping. Order B-Spa Hand and Foot Cream today at bspa.com. That's BEESPA.com. That's BEESPA.com.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Back, and thank you for listening to the Naseema Omer Show. I am Naseema, your host, and I am interviewing Rhett Prince today, who is visually impaired, and he is taking us through his journey of life and his continued learning process being visually impaired. Just before we went on break, we were going to actually step into some fascinating technology pieces here, and along with some demonstrations that Rhett would like to share with us. And this is all just so new to me because I'm just so amazed at all these tools that are available today. Rhett, please explain to us some of these fantastic tools that you have that make your life much, much easier.
Great. As we were speaking just before the break, one of the best tools is something called JAWS, JAWS, Java Access with Speech, from a company called Freedom Scientific from Tampa, Florida. That allows your Windows laptop or computer to speak text on your screen. And I'm going to demonstrate this. I've typed in a simple hello file, and I'm going to let the JAWS program read it back to you.
Fantastic.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can hear it.
Hello. I can create a file with assistive technology, speak each letter as I type, and it will read it back to me. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Now, most people think that this is way too fast.
Yes, I was just thinking that myself.
Most people who use this technology can hear faster than normal people. And so we have the speed turned up very quickly. In fact, this is about mid-range speed. Someone who uses it very quickly will have it turned up very fast. I'm going to turn this down. Slower. And try it again.
Okay.
I can create a file and have my assistive technology speak each letter as I type, and it will read it back to me. See, a quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Today is
Okay. So that's that demonstration.
Wow, that's fascinating. So let me ask you, Rhett. So as I'm speaking, I know I speak slower than most, I'm told. So am I like speaking, when you hear me, are you hearing me like in super slow motion, kind of?
It's
like
normal speech.
Okay.
But people who use JAWS tend to listen faster than regular people.
Okay.
And they can handle the speed. A lot of what's communicated in the JAWS program is somewhat repetitive, and you know what character that you pressed on the keyboard, unless you get something blatantly different than what you thought you typed, then you kind of have. Then you'll go back and fix it.
Now, this is different from that iOS voiceover tool, or is it one and the same, or they go hand in hand?
This is on a Windows desktop.
Okay.
But it's not iOS. Well, the iOS comes on the Apple products, and I use an iPod, not an iPhone, because I don't need the telephone part of it.
I see.
And so when you turn on the iOS voiceover on the iPhone, that gives me my clock. Let me see if I can give you my clock now. Let me turn the volume up on it.
Okay.
Okay.
App Store, weather, calendar, Wednesday clock, 2:49 p.m.
So we can hear the Siri voice speak, and we can make that faster or slower too, but I won't do that demonstration.
Okay.
But I can have it read all my email.
Okay.
And
so
give me my stuff, read the weather, and do everything that anybody would do on an iOS device, except it reads it to me out loud.
Nice.
So sometimes when I go to a meeting, I'll have headphones on and with them connected to the iPod, and I'll be typing some notes into the notebook on the iPod, and I'll still be listening to the meeting, which is I hope not too distracting to other people in the meeting. I don't want them to think I'm listening to music. I'm actually doing work and typing notes in and doing productive work.
Okay.
Now, there are some other assistive technology things they give us, something called a pin friend that will that can be activated with an RFID tag that's attached to an item, and it will associate a voice recording with that RFID tag and record and play back. So when you mark the item, you record the message you want played, and then when you go back to look for the item, you can take it's like a pen, and you run it over the RFID tag, and it will speak what you put on the tag, so that you know what it is. And I've marked most of my clothes with this. As far as my T-shirt collection, I have several. I've marked my file boxes with tags that have RFID, and I know what's in all my file boxes. And also, another interesting thing is I've marked all my DVDs with these tags also, so I can find the movie that I really want to watch. Now, how can a blind person watch a movie?
Yes.
Well, most of the movies that are generated today have a language track called audio enabled or audio described as a language choice. So the action is actually described along with the dialogue in the movie. And so my Star Trek 2009 movie was like that.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Wow, those tools. And then by T-shirts that you've labeled. So you were telling me offline, too, that you can actually know what's written on your T-shirt as well. So you know which one you want to select if there's something written on your T-shirt as well.
That's correct.
Wow.
When I tag the item, I record what is on the T-shirt, and then have it played back to me, like what color it is and what the slogans are on the T-shirt.
So if you were to buy a new T-shirt or get a gift, then do you get your wife to help you tag this, or would you need someone to kind of do that initial tagging for you?
My wife and I would tag it together.
Okay.
It's like an iron-on tag.
Okay.
And then when you go to market, my wife has to tell me what color it is and which one it is, what slogan it is on the T-shirt, or who it's advertising for almost. And so I'll make a voice recording with the pen friend. And so whenever I activate the tag for that item, the recording that I made will be played back on the pen friend.
Fantastic. Now, what would be, I know you mentioned some resources there already for your JAWS, but, before we go into more resources, or feel free to give out resources whenever you want to, but I want to quickly cover the piece, Rhett, with you where, in your case, you somewhat had a warning, even though the warning took a long time, so to say, to come into play. You were fortunate in a sense, in many senses, to kind of prepare for your future, right? So what about, other clients that you've come across that became visually impaired, perhaps by some of those common vision problems from diabetes or other conditions, or perhaps self-inflicted or accidents, etc. What has your experience been over there?
Right. During my time at CVI, I wanted to bring you a story of 3 other patients or clients that has sudden vision loss. One lady was going in to have a dialysis port put in so that her dialysis could be done more easily. When she woke up from the surgery, she was blind, and the doctors told her they don't know why. So that was very sudden for this young lady.
Very sudden. That's so sad.
And then there's another gentleman that owned a bus company, and he was given some medicine for his heart condition, and he was the 0.01% that had the bad reaction, and it basically within 3 days.
Oh, no.
And then the other guy was a self-inflicted guy. He was in a gang fight, and the gun went off right beside his head.
Oh, my goodness.
And so those are the 3 tragic ones. Now, there are other people who have gone blind. Mostly, the biggest cause of blindness, I believe, in America is diabetes, and people not eating right. One of the other clients there, he told me that he could eat a donut, and within 30 minutes he could see his vision flash on and off, and then he'll be blind for about an hour.
Oh, my goodness.
And I said, well, do you really need to push that?
Yeah, really. You would think that would be enough to keep that donut at bay. Is that really what sparked your interest more into the field of nutrition and supplementation, etc.?
Right. Well, that got me started because I started listening to the radio. I listened to a lot of radio and some TV and some YouTube. I listened to the nutrition shows, and in the evenings, from about 1 to 5 in the evening, we get Coast to Coast AM. And there's a regular guest, Dr. Joel Wallach, who is a veterinarian. His works are in the Library of Congress and registered as a national treasure. And so I listened to him a good bit, and that's where Naseema and I got connected with the Youngevity products.
Yes.
I know with her, one of Dr. Wallach's theories on people who live a long time is because the minerals in their land where they grow food are of such a nature so that it provides the minerals necessary for someone to digest their food and contribute to all the processes in your body for your biochemistry. And so being a ceramic engineer and knowing where ceramic raw materials come from and how they're distributed around the earth, that really sounded like it made a lot of sense. And it worked. But I had a really good Christmas vacation, and now I'm off of Christmas vacation, and we're going to go back and go for the weight loss that I really want. And
stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this quick short break.
My name is Don Wiskin, and at 42 years old, I suffered a massive heart attack and was told I'd be on disability for the rest of my life. What did I do? I created Extendivite, a garlic and cayenne mix of 7 herbs which rebuilt my heart and gave me back my life. For over 17 years now, I have made this formula available to you so you don't have to suffer the same thing I did. Clean your blocked arteries and strengthen your heart and boost your natural immune system. I'm 60 years old now, and I still work every day. To get your Extendivite, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit heartdrop.com. Extendivite is only $69.95 for a 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Think about this. Your community's aging water infrastructure systems are very likely to be contaminated with heavy metals like lead, disinfection chemicals like ammonia, chlorine and chloramines, and pharmaceuticals like statins, pain meds, and antidepressants. And no, water treatment plants are not equipped to filter these pharmaceutical toxins out. Protect your family's water supply with the trusted Big Berkey water filter. New NSF EPA-certified lab tests show Big Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria, and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification, and our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey water filters, for the love of clean water.
Are you sneezing, coughing, and aching? Do you have a sore throat, a fever, or the sniffles? There's no reason to be sick this cold and flu season with immune system support from Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver can give your body the help it needs to fight off harmful pathogens without hurting beneficial gut flora and without leaving behind resistant bacteria. Antibiotics can damage good microflora and often leave behind bacteria which can cause problems later on. If you're sick of being sick, try Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver, the #1 choice of thousands for a safe and effective
effective way to protect against the many diseases and illnesses that we are facing today. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, read our customer reviews, and see the life-changing results that people are having. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. Use the promo code PROTECTED for 20% off your entire order. And like us on Facebook. Supernatural Silver. A good stove is at the top of the list for any serious survivalist. That's why you have to see the full range at emberlit.com. Simple, elegant, but extraordinarily efficient. Available in titanium or stainless steel, the Emberlit line of stoves are ultralight, pack flat, and work great. Fueled only by sticks and debris. From emergency situations to long-term survival, Emberlit stoves are up to the task. Emberlit, the most convenient, easy-to-carry wood stoves on the planet. See them all at emberlit.com.
Do you have dry hands or itchy, peeling skin? Are your cracked feet in need of a makeover for sandal season? Hi, my name is Diane Cook, the creator of B-Spa Hand and Foot Cream. B-Spa is all natural, 16% beeswax, marigold extract, and other essential oils and nutrients. B-Spa is great for exceptionally dry hands and feet, but B-Spa can be used anywhere on the body. I am sure you will see a difference overnight. B-Spa is the only cream you will ever need. The convenient 2.5-ounce size jar travels nicely and a little goes a long way. B-Spa Hand and Foot Cream costs $29.99. Use promotion code 101 for free shipping. Order B-Spa Hand and Foot Cream today at bspa.com. That's BEESPA.com. That's BEESPA.com.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Naseema Omer Show. We are talking today about... Welcome back, Rhett.
Thanks. The obesity is not a matter of exercise or what you eat. It's a matter of how you process your food. Mm-hmm. And I believe that's Dr. Wallach's theory, and it seems to be working. Mm-hmm. But along with the nutrition, I am going to eat a healthier diet, too. I'm not going to push that.
Yes, absolutely. You've hit so many key points and keynotes there, Rhett. Absolutely. It's amazing that... you've had and you are aware of what we actually put into our mouths does impact how we feel and our well-being and etc. And it's such a fascinating field, ceramics engineering. I mean, that's a whole topic all on its own, and how you connect that with it's a very earth thing, as are the minerals, etc. Now, so when these clients, patients that you encountered with you, did they have a harder time adjusting to the rehab, or could they perform or function to some level as they did before they lost their eyesight suddenly?
It all depended on how much education and skills they came into the problem with. Mm-hmm. People like me, mm-hmm. My highest achievement was a VP of Technology assignment, and...
All right. So, Rhett, as you were explaining, some people, like the other patients who lost their sight suddenly, their progression in the rehabilitation depended on how much they were willing to educate and take charge of their lives, so to say. So please proceed with that thought.
Oh, right. One of the key key meetings that I was in at the Center for Visually Impaired was where a employer came to offer us someone who was visually impaired a job. The person, I was probably the highest skilled person in the room as a past VP. Mm-hmm. The next guy sitting next to me had been a city manager. The lady sitting next to him was a 30-year-old a school teacher with 30 years of experience, and it went on around the table for about 15 people. Mm-hmm. And it was clear that the job that was offered by the employer was clearly not suitable for the person's old life, but most people who have visual impairments and get retrained need to think about another career after their rehabilitation. Mm-hmm. It probably won't be the same one, but the world can't handle people coming back.
Right.
But employers need to
we'll have to have you.
That,
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Need to be educated that people who are rehabilitated can do work that they used to do.
Yes, and I think we'll have to have another episode on that because that's as one of the challenges that you were expressing too, is that the workforce or people in charge of hiring, etc., need to be open to accept folks that have gone through rehabilitation, because they certainly can perform very well in the workforce. Thank you for listening to the Naseema Omer Show. Please enjoy listening to our archive podcast at your own time by going to NaseemaOmer.com. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and thank you so much, Rhett, for being my guest today and sharing all this wealth of information and education. If you have any questions or need resources, please drop me a line, NaseemaOmer.com, or call me, and I will get the information to you and how you can reach out to Rhett, if that's okay with you, Rhett, as well.
Sure.
Thank you, Rhett. Have a beautiful weekend, everybody. Thank you.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas, is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
This is an alert. If your business or church is building this year, you're about to pay more than you should. This could mean thousands of dollars more for your office, retail space, church, or warehouse. A General Steel building can save you as much as half the cost and time of similar conventional construction. And we're offering rebates of up to $20,000 to help you build today. Call General Steel for free information that could save you thousands. Call 866-91-STEEL.
866-91-STEEL.
866-91-STEEL.